Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and today I'm going to be doing a little reading vlog. So I have to be kind of quick because the concept of this reading vlog for the weekend is reading horror for the weekend. I have 2 horror novels that I want to try and get to this weekend, but I'm a big baby and I can't read horror when it's dark out, which is hard in the winter. So we're gonna try to read these books, but with the daylight hours of the weekend. I think in the evenings I'm gonna read something else, or if it gets, maybe I'll try to read in the evenings, but if it gets too scary, I'm gonna pause the audiobook. You know what I mean? So first up, we have kind of a novella that is called William. This is like a haunted house type story, but like with AI? I don't really know. I heard good things about this author's latest book, Exiles, which is a sci-fi horror, which I am really into, and so I'm hoping that this one kind of scratches that itch for me as well. AI is sci-fi. I mean, sort of. So hopefully it works out for me, and it's not too long. It's about a 5-hour audiobook. And then I have Mary by Nat Cassidy, and this is about an older woman who is going through some body changes, both in a natural menopausal way, but also potentially in a horror body horror way. I don't really know much about it. I just heard that this is a really good representation of women, and I'm interested to see what Mary is like as a character. And that is a 16-hour audiobook. It's a little bit of a longer read, so I'm gonna start with William and try to get that done tonight, and then start Mary tomorrow. Don't have big plans for the weekend other than my normal chores, groceries, that sort of thing. But I do have a knitting date with my sister. We're gonna get together and knit for a bit, which is fun. So doing some hobby stuff this weekend, and stay tuned for an upcoming video because I purchased myself a microphone. I'm finally investing actual money into my YouTube channel. I got a microphone, so hopefully the sound quality won't be so poo-poo in my videos anymore. And I'm also gonna try in this video to speak a little bit louder. Hopefully it's not too much. I'm trying not to yell at you, but you know, trying to find the happy medium between yelling and whispering in my videos. So that's the plan. We're probably gonna take a bath. I also need to film a couple videos this weekend. I do bulk filming, and this is my bulk filming day. So we kind of have a busy weekend in terms of just like me and personal stuff, and what I gotta do, but I think in 2 days I can read a thick 16-hour audiobook. If I do 2 times speed, that's 8 hours, 4 hours a day. Seems doable, but only in the daytime. You might be seeing lots of updates from me in the dark after I've done a bunch of reading. You know what I mean? Welcome to the vlog, and I'll see you soon. I'll make this update quick. Good morning. I've got coffee. Cheers. And I finished William last night, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. I will tell you more about it once I'm up and dressed. Hello. I am getting ready to go to the gym today, but I wanted to give you my thoughts and a synopsis for William by Mason Coile. William is a novella about a married couple, Henry and Lily is pregnant, and Henry has agoraphobia, and they both live in a very smart home. They're both engineers, and they have the smartest of smart homes with all the bells and whistles and lots of security features. And one day, Henry creates a robot named William, who is kind of an artificial intelligence robot, and they have a dinner party and things go awry. I couldn't put this down. I'm kind of by my horror shelves down here, just for the vibe. So I couldn't, honestly, couldn't put this down. I started it and I immediately got this like eerie feeling something was wrong. These characters were keeping things from the reader and from each other clearly, and just something felt off the whole time. And then more plot started to happen, and things got violent, and more sci-fi concepts just started to come into play. And I was, I had that upset tummy feeling. So I don't think I was scared in my real life. Like, I read this a little bit when the sun went down, and I was okay. Afterwards, I like put the book down, and I was like, I think I can go to sleep peacefully after that. But like, honestly, I couldn't put it down, and I was really intrigued. And the twist at the end of this one, I did not see coming, and I thought it was fabulous. I don't read a ton of horror. I'm trying to get more into it, but I had a great time. I don't know why this has such a low average rating. Honestly, people DNFing this, I was like, I couldn't put it down. Maybe I'm just easy to please in the horror genre, but I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars. The only reason I'm not giving it a 5 is because I wasn't quite sure what like the commentary is here. Is it about, with the wife being pregnant and Henry creating the robot? Like, is this about conception? Is this about life? Is this about creating life? A little bit about like AI going rogue. Obviously that's very in the news right now, and that's kind of our current reality. Not necessarily going rogue, but AI is part of our current reality, so commentary on that. So I wasn't quite sure if there was supposed to be a deeper meaning to this other than just a great horror story. I didn't get more out of it personally. And maybe that's fine. Maybe I don't need to get more out of it. Also, I wasn't like super emotionally invested. The horror I've given 5 stars is because I was really invested in the characters. And this one was good, and I thought the characters were interesting, but not my babies. You know what I mean? So 4 stars, really solid read. My hand's getting tired from holding the my phone up. So finished that last night. This morning is a beautiful sunny day. I'm gonna go to the gym and put my big headphones and start Mary. I've got chores, I've got grocery shopping, we got filming. There's a soccer game tonight. Happy soccer season again for those who celebrate. I really enjoy soccer, professional soccer in the United States. It's kind of fun. And that's the plan. Lunchtime. I just finished filming a video, and I'm exhausted from meal prepping and grocery shopping and meal planning, although I did those things in the exact reverse order in which I said them. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to have a sit and to tell you about Mary. So this is about a main character who is turning 50, and she is perimenopausal, so she is going through the symptoms of that, but there's something else going on with her. She is seeing things. She's not sleeping, which can be part of perimenopause, but she's having these really vivid nightmares when she does sleep, and she seems to be remembering things about places she's never been to before. So Mary is obviously struggling, and she returns to her hometown to take care of her elderly aunt. And clearly something happened in this town, and something happened to Mary in this town when she was little. So we're kind of uncovering that. This is a very interesting story in the way that it's written. I don't know if I can describe it, but it's pretty visceral in its writing. Not that it's like overly purple prosy, but it is kind of visceral and raw, and Mary has a lot of rage at her station in the world. She has always kind of abided by society's rules, misogyny's rules about what makes a good girl or a good woman, and she has kind of nothing to show for it, and she still gets treated like crap, even though she is abiding by the rules of society. And so she has a lot of anger and rage about that, and it's going to probably manifest itself in maybe a paranormal way. I feel like she's gonna go on a murder spree. That's just a conjecture. I don't know if that's true, but that seems to be the direction that the story is going. I will say, I'm a little bored. I'm getting the eerie vibe. I don't necessarily have that unsettling feeling in my stomach yet. I've read about 25% of the book so far, but I'm a little like, could this have been like a 300-page book instead of a 400-page book? I don't know. It just feels a little slow. So I think I need to maybe sink into it a little bit more, spend a little bit more time with it before I make any determinations. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bored, despite it being kind of a visceral read, and like plot stuff is happening. I'm just finding myself not as engaged, I'm not getting the page turning vibes as I was with the other read that I had for this video. But maybe it's a little unfair to compare, but that's how I'm feeling about Mary so far. So it is still daylight, as you can see, some ambient light in my room, and so I'm going to continue reading. And honestly, I'm really tired doing all that, so I think I'm gonna have a sit and maybe color. I've got some bookish coloring pages and brand new markers that maybe I'll show you some coloring footage. I definitely need a break. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and actually I was able to read 80% of Mary yesterday, so that means I did end up reading in the dark, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing, because I'm not finding this one scary for me. Like, I don't feel like, sometimes when I watch a horror movie or I read a scary book, I feel scared for myself in real life, like, oh no, something bad's gonna happen to me. And I don't feel that way about Mary, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I do get the creepy vibes, I do get the atmosphere, I've had a couple of inklings of like an upset tummy feeling, you know, that sense of dread, but I'm not loving this, actually. It's all right. It's an interesting character to follow, but I figured out what was going on relatively early in the book, and it kind of drained all of the tension out of the story for me personally, without getting into spoilers. So I'm gonna finish it, but it's fine. Like, I'm not hating it, I'm not loving it, so it's feeling very middle of the road for me. You can see there's my dog in the background. She is on high alert today. Hello everyone. It's the end of the vlog, so I'm here to wrap up my final thoughts about Mary, and I thought before I left we could also do a little unboxing. So let's do that first. So I mentioned in the beginning of this video how I was on the market for a microphone to improve the audio quality of these videos, and it had free 2-day shipping. So it's already here. I'm kind of impressed, actually. They delivered it on a Sunday, which is really nice, really awesome. So I'm just, you know, cutting the tape, and then we'll unbox it together, and then hopefully next video I will have some fun new audio. I will have better audio quality in the next video, so bear with me for this one. Oh my gosh, can I freaking do this? There we go. All right. Hopefully I didn't just flash my address at you. Paper. That's a lot of paper. And here it is. So I got the, what is this? Rode wireless micro, ultra compact wireless microphone. I had to go with this one because I have an old iPhone. I have an iPhone XR that still uses the lightning adapter, and so I really just wanted something to plug into my phone. And this is one that had a lightning adapter. So I guess let's look at it. It has this little case. It comes with two clip-on microphones and then the adapter that just clicks into my phone. Let's open this. That was kind of slick. Does it just slide out? It just slides out. Okay. Open this. This opens up. Oh, it's a lot smaller. Is this the whole thing? Can't be. Oh, it must be. Oh, the little puffy things, you know, that are on microphones. I don't know anything about audio quality or microphones, so we just went with it. I looked at Consumer Reports, and this seems like a decent company. I don't know, and just bought from them directly instead of supporting Amazon. I don't know. Okay, look at how teeny this is. Perfect. So I'm assuming you just open the case up, and it's got, these are so tiny. Tiny little clip-on microphones, and then the little adapter that clicks into my phone. How cool is that? And then it tells me how much charge is in it. And I'm assuming this has a charge cable. And the little puffy things. I don't know why these make me so happy, but they do. So the little puffy things. And then a little connector for the charging. And then a manual for how it works. I'm definitely gonna need to read that because I don't know anything. And then one of these freshness packets, I'm sure, for the puffballs. But yeah, so hopefully next video I will have better quality. While I have you here, I'll do the final little bit of my thoughts on Mary. This ended up having kind of a nice twist at the end. Well, nice. Nice is relative. A twist at the end that I didn't see coming, which I appreciated. A lot of this book that I felt was kind of predictable, but it did have a twist that surprised me at the end. My thoughts kind of remain the same. I'm just not quite sure this is the horror for me. It did have a lot to say at the end about being a woman and the women's experience, older women's experience, loneliness and misogyny and, you know, women's worth, which I appreciated. Did it need to be 404 pages? Probably not. So I'm kind of in the middle of the road on this one. I'm thinking I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. So not a bad book by any means, but just not the perfect horror story for me. So we had, you know, but I'll take that as a win. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate anything I read this weekend. So I managed to read Mary, 3.5 stars. This one was all right. And then I also read William, which was a 4-star read. So I thought that one was really fun. Had a good time with it. So now I'm back to reading my fantasy. I need some fantasy now to cleanse from the horror binge I just went on. Anyway, thank you for watching this abbreviated weekend reading vlog, and I will see you in another video of mine very soon. Bye.
Hello, everyone. I feel so professional with my little microphone. I really hope that this fixes all my sound issues with all of my videos, where I don't have to fix it in post and I can just talk at my normal volume. So thank you so much. I spent my own money on this. My channel is not monetized, but I think after 5 years, it's okay to maybe spend a little money on your hobby. And this is still a hobby for me. So Stay tuned for next video, where I will have like a whole video of this sound quality. So thank you so much, and see you later. Bye-bye.